Hello and welcome to Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224, that's over there on cable, channel 112, that's on Flow, and of course ILTV Studios, over there on Facebook. But wherever you are choosing to listen to us today, thank you for listening to us. As always, or as often, I'm joined in studio by the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary. He's Bradley Rowell. Bradley, one more time, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much. Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
Busy day?
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. What do you do on hump days?
Wednesday, it all depends. Like today, I had nothing to do actually.
You had nothing to do?
No.
Wow.
I went to my old workplace.
Did you go there looking for a job?
No, just chit chat with some of the guys for an hour or two. That's a Sample Food store.
Okay.
Then I joined a club that was established back in 1984 as a result of the Commission of Inquiry.
Wow.
I understand during the 84 Commission of Inquiry, they had this group that was formed called a Breakfast Club. That's in the McDonald's. Oh, sorry, forgive me. It's an eatery, just across
Plus,
the
you all
street.
ain't in the McDonald's. They throw you all out.
No. Nobody got thrown out. They always was there. There was a protest, mind you.
Okay.
But that has since been dealt with.
Okay.
And you sit down in this group with these men who philosophize and talk about politics, and that was it for me today.
They pontificate often.
Often.
Do they bloviate?
Listen, if you really want to know what the temperature's like as far as politics is concerned in the country, that's the place to be.
Wow.
Because you have men who have been around politics, who's been in politics for a while, and there are also MPs, sitting MPs, who were members of this club. Well, they don't come now because they're busy, but if you really want to understand the climate, the political landscape of politics in the Bahamas, that's the place to be.
Okay.
They don't invite in everybody into the club. You have to go through a very, very stringent screening process before you can become a member.
This song G4, this G4 classification. Wow, this is fantastic. Well,
Yeah, that's what
I got a
today.
chance to play Daddy today, and so I was out and about trying to do some last-minute school administrative things with my son. Ran into a wonderful principal today, Naria McKinsey Hollywood. I mean, just so fantastic. She just my interaction with her makes me want to interact with school often. And so I was very happy to run into her today, and I wanted to say hello all the way down there at Audrey Sales to Miss McKinsey, who's done a phenomenal job at making me feel special. Don't move, that's the jingle. Freedom March. I'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller and Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with us. Bradley, what does Holy Scripture have to say to us today?
We're just going to read today from a very favorite psalm.
Okay.
I didn't have anything really planned.
The Lord didn't lay nothing on your heart?
Mind you, there was a lot of things that's going through my mind, actually. And one of the things that's going through my mind especially as you look at the Old Testament, is how specific God is in everything that He commands.
Sure.
Mind you, there were one or two stories that I wanted to look at, but I don't want to. Burden the. I didn't want to burden the producer. Producer, let's see if I can do this. I'm so sorry, folks. Producer, if you could, load for me Leviticus chapter 10, 1 through 7. Quickly, Leviticus chapter 10, 1 through 7. This is just a short, brief story. We were going to read the 27th division Psalm, but let me just look at this quickly, because this is on my Leviticus chapter 10, 1 through 7. NIV is good. We're going to look at the death of Aaron's two sons, Nadab and Abihu. And what happened with them was that God had instructed them to offer, and the priests normally offer a particular sacrifice to God, or incense and fire to God. And what they did, I don't know if they were being overzealous or what, they decided they were going to add something to the offering. And if you can put the story up, producer, when they did that, they suffered consequences. In my mind today, as I look at the Old Testament and the stories, I see where God is very specific when He commands something. And if you deviate from it, it is of disrespect, and it is met with fury, punishment, and sometimes extreme punishment indeed. So in the book of Leviticus chapter 10, we can read the 47 verses. It says this: Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, took their censers, put fire in them, and added incense. And they offered unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to His command. You don't have to switch, producer. We'll just end with these three verses. I'll start again. This is Leviticus chapter 9. I was going to read the 47 verses, but we don't need those 7 verses to make a point. You just need these 43 verses right here. It says, Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, took their censers, put fire in them, and added incense. They were not supposed to do this. And they offered unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to His command. Now here's the consequences. Here are the consequences. It says, so fire came out from the presence of the Lord and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. And then Moses said to Aaron, this is what the Lord spoke of when He said. Well, let's go on. Go on, producer. Let's see. Let's go on. When He said, among those who approach me, I will be proved holy. In the sight of all the people, I will be honored. And Aaron remained silent. We can stop right there. It says, among those who approach me, I will be proved holy. In the sight of all the people, I will be honored. And Aaron remained silent. His two sons were consumed because they disobeyed the specific instructions. God told them to offer up fire. They added incense, and they offered strange fire before the Lord. And the Lord then sent fire out from heaven down upon them, and it consumed them. And Aaron's two sons, Nadab and Abihu, no doubt were killed as a result of that. Thank you so much, producer. Leviticus 10, 1 through 4.
Do you think that's what inspired Paul Martin's song? You know Paul
Probably
Martin's
could.
song? Consuming fire, Sweet
Probably.
perfume. His awesome presence fills this room. You think that's what inspired it?
Yeah, I probably have to
boy,
listen to the
yeah,
song.
look
But
at
that was interesting, though. And that was on my mind today as I, debated with some of the men from the Breakfast Club.
Tomorrow I want you to do a study.
specific.
Tomorrow I want you to do a study on the Shunammite woman.
2 Kings chapter 4.
Yeah. And I want
We
to
look at
come
that.
here and we can
Discuss the Shunammite woman.
The Shunammite woman. All of you that are at home, go and look up the Shunammite woman. Let me help you with the spelling, because, you all can't spell. So, do you know why she was called the Shunammite woman?
We're looking at the spelling right now. Let's
Because
look
she
at
was
this.
from Shunam. That's how it's become Shunammite.
So, 2 Kings.
And so the Shunammite woman is the Shunamite. I'll spell it again.
Yeah.
The Shunammite, the Shunammite woman. Let's we can do a little something on the Shunammite woman tomorrow. I like the Shunammite woman because I think it is a message of understanding of value. And I think
Shunammite.
the
That's
Shunammite.
Shammite. And she was from Shunem.
From Shunam.
Right.
Right.
2 Kings chapter 4, start at verse number 8. Now, I don't know where it ends.
I like when you
but-
read the whole thing. Go read the whole chapter. Because why would you start at verse 8?
Well, because verse number 1 deals with something different.
Yeah, but Charles Sanders always says you can't just preach the text. You have to understand the origin of the thing,
Yeah.
the place, the time,
But the first 7 verses.
the circumstance. Yeah, the first 7 verses tells you how the prophet gets to her. That had nothing to do with her. It was about how the prophet ended up where he ended up. But that's how he was able to encounter the Shunammite woman.
Go sell the oil and pay
Yeah.
the debt and live the house.
And so I want to talk to you about the Shunammite woman, because I think there is a message in there. Do you know who for, spiritual advisor? For women under the age of 45.
Okay.
So I want you all to rally around, all you cat-loving women. I want you all to rally around and go and find your friends in your little quarters. I want you to read. What the scripture is?
2 Kings chapter 4.
Chapter 4. Just read the whole
The
chapter.
story actually starts at from verse number 8, but it won't be no harm in reading the whole.
Yeah, read the whole chapter. And tomorrow we will dissect the Shunammite woman. How does that
Absolutely. Sounds great.
sound? Okay. Let's move on to some national issues.
Great.
When I said to shoot the market donkey, everybody said that I was inciting riotous behavior, spiritual advisor. Do you recall
It
that?
all depends on who the market donkey is.
I didn't call anybody's name.
Okay.
I had alluded here on this show that sometimes the market donkey becomes weary from his labor and he becomes tired and he becomes confused.
Is it a he or she?
There's a male donkey. You wouldn't take a female donkey to do work,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And sometimes what you will find is that a donkey has performed the best of his service and now he has bad knees and possibly bad hips.
Okay. It's one out.
And someone said to me that when I said to shoot the market donkey, that was a suggestion of violence. And I asked them, would it be better to take the donkey into the pasture and shoot it? Or would it be more humane to tie the donkey to the tree and to leave him there? And some people have argued that you could take the donkey into the pasture, tie him to the tree, and leave him there. And my position is simple. That means you have just left this donkey to starve to
Yeah,
death.
to suffer.
And that could never be humane.
So we'll just take the donkey to pass.
Tie him to the tree and put the donkey down. And every now and again, you have to realize when your market donkey can simply pull no further. All right? And that is how I feel about the president of the TUC. Because I'm hearing this union murmur about things like a national strike, and I am of the view that they must be off of their rockers. Any president of any union calling for any strike that affects in any way the tourism product that we've only just restored must be a Neanderthal. Because we went for 3 years with an evaporated market. Were you there?
During COVID?
And even coming out of COVID, the numbers didn't rebound right away. As a matter of fact, we've grappled for the last 2 years trying to get the numbers back to pre-COVID numbers, which they are. So pray tell me, why would we touch that?
So who's suggesting that though?
I like to call name because then you all can say that I be an inciters. But what I'd like to say is, sometimes a donkey has taken the journey to the market for as many times that he can possibly do it. And at some point, the donkey can simply
do it no more.
no longer go to the market.
Yeah.
Now, some will say he was a good donkey. He take you to the market all these years. You should allow the donkey to stay in the barnyard and do what?
Well,
The place up?
at least eat a little bit of grass.
And you know what has come after eating?
Yeah, you gotta put it out and then the cycle continues.
And so now you know when the donkey eat, and then you say put it out. Let's use your word, because I got another word to use, but it ain't sound.
Go to the
it ain't like a safe.
The donkey goes to the dunghill.
Right.
And
now you
itself.
end up at one hill,
Yeah. Okay.
a donkey putting out. And that don't make no sense. Because what you can use that for?
Fertilizer.
No, we need barn space. The best thing you could do with this donkey is put him down.
Oh.
That's the best thing you can do with him. Because the donkey simply has no more vitality.
I mean, or you could retire the donkey and allow the donkey to live the rest of his life out. I mean,
So tie him to the tree
you don't
and
necessarily,
leave him there.
You don't necessarily tie him. He's just so worn out. He won't have any energy to run about. So
Take him somewhere and put this donkey down, man. Because for as long as the donkey remains around the pasture, we have to consider him. For as long as we let him live in the stable, we have to bring him water, we have to bring him feed.
that's fine. That's
No.
fine. He would have earned that.
away.
He would have earned that. That's fine.
How? If his job was to
All
work,
the trips he made to the market.
but that was his job.
And they were successful.
But that was his job, and so he's done his job, and we've paid him for every trip. Every trip he make, we give him feed, we give him water, we give him shelter. So we have had a wonderful revolving relationship between the market owner and the donkey. But this donkey is beginning to buckle under the load now. And exercising judgment that is not prudent or judicious.
It all depends on who's judging him.
What you mean the donkey is in charge? The donkey is making the call. And so now the donkey is opting to go down pathways that are treacherous and need not go down. Do you know the reason people like to use donkeys to pull large loads? Because unlike horses, donkeys are never going to take the more risky pathway. Okay. Donkeys are always going to remember the pathway that allowed for the greatest ease. Because while the donkey is very good at pulling a load, the donkey is not a very agile creature. So he can steadily pull a load of great magnitudes for a very long distance, but the donkey can't gallop.
No, of course not.
Okay. And that is why the donkey is the chosen choice for heavy lifting.
Loads.
Because he's consistent, he's steady, and his judgment is broad. Right? And so, yes, I get it. In certain jobs, you cannot settle for a horse because sometimes you need an ass. And we've had this one for 30 years.
All right.
But while this isn't a horse, I don't want this donkey to simply
All right, so
be
so
an ass.
tell
I want him.
Tell the TUC president you gotta go, man.
I said this the first time.
Tell him you gotta go.
I said this the
you
first
gotta
time.
go, man. You gotta
The
go.
man is now calling for a national strike, and my question
And who's
is
this man?
over what?
Who's this man?
Everybody knows the president. I'm not calling any name, because when you call a name, they say I
Because
be
I don't know
inside
who you're
this.
talking about.
The
Honestly.
president of the TUC. You have Google? Use your
Teachers.
phone for more than porn and gossip, and instantly you will know. But the man
I
is
know.
now
No,
calling.
I don't use my phone for that.
I
No.
say you. I say if you use it for more than that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Producer, who's the president of TUC?
The man is calling for a
Teachers,
national
yeah.
strike.
TUC.
And I hear them saying things
TUC
like
is
they
acting
going
up
to
for
block
what?
the bridge.
The TUC.
And I cannot understand over what.
All right, so who's that? That's the old man. What's his name?
This sad. You don't know his name?
It's the same man you was cursing a couple of months ago, man. All right.
And they should have listened to me
Yeah,
then.
this man with the glasses. What's
And they
his
should
name?
have listened to me then, because what do you mean you want to
Obi
block
Ferguson.
the bridge? What do you mean you want? Do you know a national strike?
What's his reason for this now?
Because he says that he don't think the government hearing them, and they want fair treatment, and they want the taxi operators to be treated fairly. And I didn't tell you yesterday I ain't listening to no taxi
So
people.
blocking the bridge is gonna hurt who though? I mean,
And why would they listen to OB?
block the bridge.
Why would you block up anything?
It's the only way.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. Why would you touch the tourism product that had evaporated for 3 years and has only spent 2 years being back at full steam?
All right, so he needs to have a little bit more sense than that.
And I'm telling you, I want this donkey to not simply behave.
Now be careful how you use these analogies now, because they
What are you
could be
talking about?
taken wrong. But you say shoot the market donkey.
No. See.
What you
I
say?
said, when I said to shoot the market donkey, people said I was inciting riotous behavior.
Oh, violence, yeah.
That's why I ain't calling nobody name. You call their name, right? I'm suggesting that we shoot him. I'm just saying. We need to figure out what to do with this market donkey, because he's gone to the market enough times.
So who has the power to retire him?
His members. He has to be elected again at some
All
point.
right, so you gotta speak to the members then.
Yes, and someone must offer a real viable contestant against this person so that we can do away with him. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's cable. Channel 112, that's Flow. And of course, ILTV Studios over on Facebook. But wherever you're choosing to listen, thank you for listening. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is still with me on Freedom March as I case out the TUC them because I think they're losing their head. That's how I feel about them. You want to read this ad?
Hey, Bahamas, you ready to turn your event into a party? Royal Inflatables have you covered. Brand new bouncers to water slides and combo castles. Fun is guaranteed for all ages. The equipment is clean and inspected daily. Safe, spotless, and ready to go. Enjoy free setup and takedown, on-time delivery, and 100% hassle-free service. Perfect for birthdays, school events, or any celebration. Call or WhatsApp now at 242-468-7268 to book. Let the bounce party begin. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, spiritual advisor. And so today it is reported that the TUC and its president have said this: industrial action has been pledged in very short order by the TUC with the airport and the foot of the Paradise Island Bridge to be targeted. The action comes as the TUC supports the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union and the Bahamas General Workers Union. It follows complaints that livery drivers are being allowed to steal jobs from taxi drivers. The TUC includes thousands of members in its affiliate unions. Bobby Ferguson, its president, yesterday told the news that there may be possible industrial action in the near future and said it would be likely to take place at the airport and the foot of the Paradise Island Bridge. And I want to know if they missing their medication.
There must be another way to resolve the problem.
Why would you... Okay, help me. Who has the grievance? Taxi drivers.
Okay.
Do taxi drivers cater to the general public?
Of course they do.
Of course they do not.
They should.
And I should be a millionaire, but all I ended up with was good looks and boyish charm. What are you talking about? Do they?
Well, I see some taxis sometimes, do little jobs, and I've seen it happen. And there are times when I got stranded, and I call a taxi.
Stranded where? At the airport?
No.
Where?
My car stopped someplace in Centerville.
And you called the taxi?
Yeah, I called a taxi because there's a couple of taxis be driving around Centerville. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he took me home.
Okay.
For $40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord for you.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, do the taxis cater to the general public?
No, don't say so.
Okay. Who do they cater to?
Tourists.
Where do the tourists come?
Through the airport.
So if you block the tourist airport up, stupid people, do you suspect that helps the taxis or hurts the taxis?
Oh, so look through the stupidity. What do you think the message is by doing that?
That it's time for the market donkey to go in the pasture and for someone to put it down. I don't know. You want me to say it in the chord of E major? This donkey can go no further. It's as simple as that.
I don't know. For some strange reason, they feel as if they'll be sending a strong message by doing what they're doing. So you're trying to figure out, is there is either beginning or end?
Y'all better thank God I ain't the commissioner of police. Because I tell you one thing, if I was the commissioner of police, I still have, responsibility for the fire department. I wouldn't even waste policemen sending them out there. I'll send 2 big fire trucks full of water for y'all.
To wet them up?
You could suggest whatever you want. I want you to know one thing. Wherever y'all line up...
You'll make the headlines. That's inhumane. You can't do that.
What?
You can't spray people with hose, man. That's slavery time.
Mister, I thought there was a fire out here. In our fire preventing efforts,
you can't spray the people.
I wanted to do boundary cooling. No one can tell me I need to know boundary cooling. We had information based on our reports that the temperature on the outside was at
It's hot.
flashpoint levels. As commissioner, in my effort to ensure that we do not lose any asset because we cannot afford that, particularly when we talk about things like the bridge, I thought to do boundary cooling. And I would have 60,000 gallons of water to cool this boundary off.
So there's a dispute between the taxi drivers and the delivery drivers.
Well, the Ministry of Tourism has issued a statement. Show us the statement from the Ministry of, what did I say, Tourism? Transport.
Transport.
Transport has issued a statement. Let's read that. I can't see that. Let me see. Hold on. So it says, and this is from the Ministry of Transport,
Energy and transport.
which says, the Ministry of Energy and Transport acknowledges the concerns raised by both the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union and the Bahamas Livery Drivers Union regarding airport operations. These ongoing tensions, particularly surrounding livery operators at the airport facilities, are deeply rooted in long-standing differences over the interpretation and application of the Road Traffic Act. The Ministry has held extensive discussions with representatives from both the BTCU and the BLDU in joint and separate meetings and with other key stakeholders. During these discussions, the Ministry's objective was to address concerns transparently and work toward solutions that balance the interests of all parties. As a result of these meetings, some concrete actions that have been taken include the reorganization and increase in the road traffic supervisors at the Lyndon Pillen International Airport to monitor taxi and livery drivers, the erection of transportation signage, and the expansion of taxi holding spaces at boat terminals. Our primary goal remains to establish a transportation industry where all participants have the opportunity to contribute fairly and equitably, and where the needs of travelers, particularly our visitors, are properly addressed. To that end, the Ministry has formally sought guidance from the Office of the Attorney General on existing legislation as outlined in the Road Traffic Act and the practical impact for all affected groups. While the Ministry of Energy and Transport will proceed in accordance with the legal advice, our steadfast commitment remains to supporting a regulatory framework that is equitable, modern, and aligned with the realities of today's transportation sector.
Okay.
And all I want the Ministry of Transport to do is to demand of taxi drivers that they service the general public. They do not own the airport. They do not own Paradise Island. They do not own the port. They own nothing. And they are all equal stakeholders in this industry. So where do they get this idea that they ought to have some sort of preferential treatment?
So how do you get these guys to service the general public? Now you could say,
They need only be mandated to do it by policy or law. What do you mean? We direct by law.
okay.
And lawmakers have to stop pussyfooting around and allowing these people to run this little cockeye operation they got going on here. Big grown man crease up all day by the airport, talk about he make $38. That makes sense? And we have a whole population unserviced. And then this guy, I don't even know why they still recording his voice on the news. Because he gets on the news and says nothing. We gonna block the airport? That sound like that makes sense?
To them.
And you can't just let these unions roll over naked on the ground and tear off their clothes and holler and kick and scream every time they don't get exactly what they want. What do you mean you are going to bring this economy to a screeching halt because your members decide that they want some special niche market carved out for them? And don't get me wrong. I know the history. I know this is what the taxi union strike of what is it, 57 or 54 or whichever one of those years when they had it. I know that that's what it was about. They didn't want livery drivers picking up people from the airport. Fine. Now, let's look at the expansion in the population since then. Let us also not act as though that wasn't politically motivated to help usher the PLP in. And so my point is, how much longer will we continue to permit a population to be in dysfunction because a couple of fellas, how much of them it is? Maybe 1,500 allegedly? How much plate the minister allegedly give out?
I don't know.
I say, well, let's allege.
I'm not alleging either. Yesterday, because you said something yesterday, it's like me and you was in cahoots with it, and I say, you know something?
I just want us to allege, spiritual
the
advisor.
minister,
when the woman attacked you the other day, I come to your rescue, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
So
that.
we can't allege
But I don't
together.
want the minister for energy and transport say
that we just alleging.
You say I give
no,
out 1,100
we
plates.
alleging. You ain't saying we allege.
And this woman husband big. Yeah, she have a tall husband.
He's a nice guy though. I know him. He's wonderful. I always enjoy being in the same spaces with him. He's fantastic. Take my word for it.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could allege. We can't allege. You have to allege with me.
But you know. But here's the point, though. Here's the point.
She has spiritual advice. You can't get him to war.
So if you're gonna if you want taxi drivers to be able, to do their duty and be available for the general public, how do you find these taxis? What number do you call?
You know what they could do?
There's no
That's what
central
their
number
president
anymore.
can figure out. Since he walking around here lost like a sheep, he could figure out how to standardize their services. Man, it's 2025. What you mean?
Yeah.
They could simply create a taxi app. What are you talking about?
This is true. Because remember now, back in the day, we had a number we could have called.
You even don't need a number. 19-year-olds are creating digital apps. 15-year-olds are creating. And if you don't know how to do it, just ask ChatGPT. They'll tell you the whole thing. See that I say ChatGPT and it cut on my laptop. But you're trying to tell me how much alleged taxi plate it is?
Let's see.
1,500? Allege something.
Somebody said 1,700.
70. That's what you want. Boy, what did you? Anyway.
Okay. Guess what? I'm going to take this person's. This person drives a livery plate. 1,700 plates are on the road.
1,700. Also, now you cite the
crazy.
source. You know, that ain't a legend no more. If you cite a source, that ain't a legend.
1,700.
I say.
That's ridiculous. How do they make money?
Beloved, I can't tell you.
No,
I can tell you.
That's crazy.
What I can tell you is.
That's crazy.
294,000 people live here. You mean to tell me? Let's do the maths. Get used to the maths. 294,000.
1,700 plates?
Let's put up the clicker so we can see.
So that's divided by 1,700 plates.
Yeah. 294,000 people.
Where's the calculator?
PTC, you all do something with spiritual.
294.
This phone
is perfect. 294.
Hold on. Now, take away 27, because nobody in cabinet need no ride. They got car.
Minus 27.
Okay.
Minus 27.
Yeah.
293,973.
Okay, now divide that.
293,973. Divided by 1,700.
Yeah.
How much customers they could serve?
Right. Each one of them on a daily basis could have 172 people they service.
172.9 people.
So 173 people.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if each one of those people,
now how much of them catching bus now?
173, help me, do 173 times $5.
This is just hypothetical.
$865.
Yeah.
So each one of y'all have the earning possible capacity.
A day?
Yes. Taxi would need to cost $40 if you have 100 people that need it every day. And 100 people would need it every day if it were reliable.
Let's see.
So what are these taxi drivers belly aching about? I'm not listening to them. I ain't listening to their president. And I tell you, y'all better thank God in heaven or which other little wooden god y'all is praying to that I'm not the commissioner of police. Because I tell you, I wasn't wasting a single police out there with y'all. Not one single police. 2 big fire truck. and a sergeant who on pension, and a corporal who on pension. And I was sending them to do, what would we be doing? You gotta stay with me in the story, you know. Boundary cooling exercises. Correct?
Set up that the public can. Okay, Mr. Roll, all taxi should have a radio in their taxi to service the public.
Let their union figure that out.
And the taxi union officer set up.
Let their union figure that out.
Yeah.
It ain't our job to figure out how y'all could make y'all companies and businesses more marketable and equitable. That ain't our problem. As a matter of fact, if I were the Minister of Transportation, I would be retracting the ministry's involvement in this industry.
Now, you know something? Why has the market been flooded with all these plates, though?
Here's a better question. If ain't no money in it, how come all the Negroes want one?
I don't know.
Answer the question. If ain't no money to be made in taxi,
They
right?
probably hear people making money and they decide they want
Man,
to
don't talk foolishness.
That's what really happened. Why would you, on a little small island like this, why would you have 1,700 plates?
1,700 ain't too much.
Yeah, man, that's
No, we could actually have 300 more. I wish, Minister, give out 300 more. Because according to the numbers we just calculate, if you take out every person in the cabinet, the taxi driver still got 175 people every day. So Brave and all his cabinet ain't need no taxi. Right? Everybody else could use the taxi. Do you know that the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister of the UK used to ride a bicycle to work, right? You know that?
That's what is alleged.
What you mean? They have it in the newspaper. They see, put the man on the news. Boris Johnson used to ride his bicycle to work.
Okay.
But not here in the Caribbean. Our Caribbean politicians, they need car with siren, right?
And bodyguard.
All of them need car with siren, apparently. 3 weeks before election, they was nobody knew who they was. Nobody even know which corner they hang out through. 3 weeks later, all of a sudden, they need car with siren and an outrider. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? So we ain't worrying about none of them getting in no taxi ever. But if we had taxis that run 24 hours, which they do not, if we had taxis that service the general public, which they do not, right? And you know what's so sad, and this is sad, and it is incredibly unbelievable and incredulous that you would let these people continue to get away with this nonsense and then come in the newspaper and speak about blocking. I tell you, y'all better thank Jesus in heaven or whoever other little God y'all is praying to, whatever the little stick man name y'all keep praying to, thank him that Levan Miller ain't the commissioner of police. I telling you that. Because I'll tell you this. Where I was spiritual advisor. They continue to beat the omnibus drivers for trying to catch the shortfall of the taxi drivers. So you know what they do? Silly things like give bus drivers ticket for being off route. You give me a ticket for being off route, and listen to how silly and myopic it is.
Is it a violation, though?
It is the stupidest, one of the pin things in the road traffic thing.
Is it a violation, though?
It is not a violation. First of all, this bus ain't on no track. Do you know what it means to be off of a route?
If you're 15, what do you service?
The 15 route. But let me tell you what police officers who have no depth perception have found themselves doing often. I drive a Carmichael Road bus. The woman with the bad knee who I know to catch the bus every Monday at 10. I get to this corner, Monday at 10, she ain't on the bus stop. I look through Golden Isles Road where the detention center corner is, and I see her 400 feet left through the corner.
That's fine. That's
fine. Not fine because some silly, awkward walking police.
Eventually, you're going to get back on the right route.
But he's going to give me a ticket for being off route, which is the stupidest thing ever because it ain't like I in marathon.
I'm sure if you explain to the police, listen, this is just courtesy.
You can't hear.
It is courtesy. It's courtesy to
and he's going to courteously write you a ticket, and some of them practice this buffoonery of taking the people off your bus, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen because we are simply catering to the culture. So his wife ain't extend no conjugal kindness to him last night. He come out here hot as a blowtorch tip. He mad at every bus driver because it is alleged he mommy had the hots for a bus driver when she was 19 and he daddy hate bus drivers. So he daddy inculcate a culture of hate for bus drivers. You know how you all hate bus drivers, right? And now...
Some of them do some foolishness, though.
Well, when they do foolishness, you ticket them for that. But how do you ticket a man for being off route if he is driving a Carmichael Road bus on the Carmichael Road bus route? This bus ain't on a track. What about turning through Golden Isles Corner is off my route? You know what would be off my route? If I took this Carmichael Road bus and start picking up people in Prince Charles.
But I'm sure police can use discretion. I mean,
They ain't have that kind. They ain't have that kind.
That's easy to see. That one is very easy.
They ain't have that kind.
Now, if you're in 15 and you're on the 10 route, yeah, I can understand that.
That's my point. That would be being off route.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what? And the court continues to bolster this Neanderthalic behavior from officers who just won't write up a bunch of tickets because they have disdain for bus drivers, and it's the poor bus driver trying his best to cater to an industry that taxi drivers have allowed people to become victims in. And then this man, come on, he wastes all this, he must say, no, there's a shortage of trees. They waste all this paper for this fella to talk this foolishness about blocking up the airport. Y'all don't raise my pressure no more than this. We ain't gonna take some calls, eh?
We could. Let me see how far
Let's
we
take
from
calls, man. My pressure hot now. Because I don't know. We have the clip from the taxi people. Let's play the clip. Because I don't know what this union man talking about.
Meantime, it's a battle on the roads. Taxi drivers and livery operators locked in a growing dispute over fairness. Tonight, Devontae Hanna takes a closer look at what's fueling that clash.
The Livery Drivers Union is tonight denying claims that they are cutting into the livelihoods of taxicab drivers. Union President Tori Austin revealing this much after the heated allegation was made against them by the taxicab union.
We are not at war from a livery standpoint with taxis. So I want to clear the air with that. We want to coexist with the taxi drivers.
In an urgent meeting called by Trade Union Congress President Obie Ferguson last night, Taxicab Union President Tyrone Butler had a different tone.
That the Bahamas Taxicab Union and its members have been abused for too long.
The back and forth stems from weeks prior when taxicab drivers began accusing livery plates of operating near hotels, the airport, and the cruise port, spaces they are not traditionally allowed to operate in. Butler claims it's a decision being made by the powers that be to push taxicab drivers out.
Why in the world is that happening any place else in the world? That the hotel is making the decision on what a livery, and then the bellman is making the decision on whether a taxi driver should get that job. Those things will no longer be happening as long as I'm the president.
On the other hand, Austin claims livery drivers have taken the bad end of the stick.
We only get 1% of the market share. Study shows that the taxi has almost doubled in the last year. So that's probably where their business is going, but it's definitely not going to us.
The TUC president says they are prepared to do what is needed for taxicab drivers to be respected. He plans to do so with the support of all of his affiliates. Devontae Hanna, Eyewitness.
And so, according to the livery, how much taxi plate he alleged the minister gave away?
No, he didn't say that.
He said the taxi them double in number in the last year.
But my source tell me there are 700-800 plates on the road.
So how much the delivery boy suggests, allege, because we could allege anything. How much he alleging?
I didn't hear his figure.
Double, whatever the number is, times 2. Just times it by 2, that's the number. Allegedly, right? That's what I'm saying, man. These people talking about they being abused, but they have been abusing the Bahamian public. I tell you one thing, if they block, this the camera was pointing at me, point the one what is pointing at me. If y'all block that airport, I protesting against y'all, and I'm gonna lead 100,000 Bahamians down there to protest y'all protest. Hear ye the word of the Lord this day. That's what I say.
Wow.
Hear ye the word of the Lord. If y'all block that airport, what I finally happy to see up and running and money coming, I from take my oath to Christ. I come me and 100,000 men coming to protest, y'all protest. And I finish with that. Let's take some phone calls. We get into the break.
Yeah, we get into the break, yeah.
All right. So TUC, listen to me, man. Put this market donkey down. Don't tie him to the tree. Don't give him to the neighbor. Take him in the pasture. Do splash little holy water on him. And then send this donkey to the glory land. His work here is done. Anyway, this is Freedom March. I'm David Miller. Don't move. We'll be right back after this break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levin Miller. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with me. Let me send a shout out to my friends over at Island Connect, Bradley. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I see they shave you pretty good.
Yeah.
Who shave?
Yeah. Well, I born like this, but every now and again they just put the special stuff on that, helps to highlight
Yeah,
things.
yeah. When I had hair, I used to go to the barber every week. Every week I was in the barber chair.
I have a standing Wednesday appointment with my friends over
My
there.
favorite was the flat top.
Yeah. This could grow into a flat top?
Yeah. But also, could you take my photo of my WhatsApp?
Wow.
Take my photo of my WhatsApp so people can see when
You wasn't always like
I
this.
was like about 30.
And what happened to it?
I was like about 30. 32. I was 32.
And your hair just
And
decided
I
it didn't want you
had-
anymore.
32 was when it started to thin out a bit, but at the age of 32, I still used to go to the barber. As a matter of fact, I want get a close-up of your fade. Look at my fade.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the fade. Now you see, you can hardly tell where that line is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the barber who used to cut my hair is named Antoine.
Mm.
You know Antoine?
No.
Antoine is a barber down on Shirley Street there in Camp Road. Antoine and Cameron, I think Cameron is someplace off Marquis Street.
Yeah.
They used to cut my hair.
Wow.
So see that? Look at the fade. Now I want to see your close up. Let me see if these boys know what they're doing to Island Connect.
My
But
Island
that's
Connect,
how I
my
used to
Island
look.
Connect ain't pissy.
That's how I used to look when I was around
Anyway,
32.
if you're on Fox Hill Road, somewhere in the area of St. Anne's, if you're heading south of St. Anne's, you know, you all be aiming to nothing but no north and no south, but I can use south. Just look right there on the eastern side of the street. There you'll find my friends at Island Connect and tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you. And they are going to make sure that you look like this. And also, let me also send a shout out. What is this? What is this? What is
I
this?
just-
Bradley,
I wanna see.
you couldn't have a hairline.
Let me see. Put your hair back.
Bradley,
All right.
you couldn't have
Now,
a hairline
I
like
want to
mine
see.
if you tried.
Okay, so
You see
spin
that?
your head up. Keep it right there. No. Put your head up.
I know what angle that
Twist-
was. That's
turn-
the angle there. This the
No,
angle
no.
there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Now,
You see that angle?
look, hey, listen, these boys back in my day,
You see that, Bradley?
they were good though. Look at your fade.
Bradley,
and look at mine.
Bradley, I want you to listen to me. Okay?
Be honest now.
Bradley.
Be honest now.
Bradley, you see
Hold
this
your head up a
hairline?
bit, man. Hold your head up.
Bradley,
right.
I
Hold your head up.
fine as silk and twice as soft. What you
Jesus,
talking
Lord.
about?
Hold your head up.
I
Now
hold
twist
it
it to
up.
the side.
Twist it to the side.
No, the other way.
This side.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tilt it. The other way. I want to
Tilt it
see your
this way.
fade. Your boys ain't as good as my boys, man.
You know something?
There ain't no way. Look at my fade.
Put Bradley back in the shot. I have a piece of
Look at my fade.
I have a piece of advice for you, Bradley. You want to take my advice?
What's that?
If you are on drugs, I want you to stop. But if you are off of drugs, I want you to start because drugs should be in your story somewhere at some point. And I don't know why it ain't in there. All right? We have birthdays.
Yeah, we got some birthdays.
Let's go to the birthdays. Then we go open up the phone line early so these people could.
Why don't you invite some taxi drivers to call in?
As soon as they fire their president. All right? Let's go to birthdays first. Let's do the birthdays.
Okay, so listen, today is hump day. Every Wednesday, join Just Mo for happy hour. Are you ready for dollar wings, $3 shot, no $5 shots and drinks until 9 p.m. See you tonight, Swag Bar and Restaurant. A time to carry your own cake. Exclusive night party. It's located Fire Trail Road West. So come on down tonight, please, and be with Just Mo at the happy hour from 8 p.m. Until, if I'm not correct, is it? Happy hour is from 6 to 9 tonight. Every Wednesday at where you at? Fire Trail West Plaza. Food, drinks, parking, free entry. All right, so Lyndon Gibson is having a happy birthday. Happy birthday to Lyndon Gibson. It's coming from your family and friends. We hope you enjoy your day, Lyndon Gibson. MJ Bain, happy 70th birthday to Michael MJ Bain. It's coming from your Aunt Crystal and all who love you. All right, you can take some calls because that's
All
it.
right, let's take the phone calls. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you there?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, I want to get back to what you were on taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
When I used to work over Atlantic,
Mm-hmm.
I get off like 11 o'clock and get off late.
Mm-hmm.
And I go into a taxi driver to try to get a ride home because I live in South Beach at the time.
Yeah.
They don't cater to the demons.
That's
You know
my
what I had to
point.
do? I had to walk over the bridge to the house with me by the door to get your ride, South Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, right, but 90% of the bus drivers between 5 and 6 o'clock, they did not fall.
Right, because but that's because the law don't permit them to operate past 7 o'clock. So a lot of them have been on the road from about 5 o'clock. Do you know that the average bus driver comes to work at 4:45 in the morning? You know that, right?
Yeah.
So by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, this man has been operating this piece of machine for 13 hours.
Yeah.
With no real allocated rest stops, because they give us the Frederick Street stop, but I will tell you that there are no public bathrooms in Frederick Street. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Bus drivers are doing the very best we can.
These taxi drivers, they need to do for the public too, man.
They are bordering, in my view, on being deemed incorrigible.
Yeah, that's my five cents. I understand you.
Thank you, Gola. And you know how I know this call ain't lying? You know how I know he ain't lying? Thank you, Gola. You know how I know he's not lying? My Grammy worked for Atlantis for 47 years. And do you know, in 47 years, my Grammy could not take a taxi that would bring her home from Paradise Island.
Wow.
In 47 years. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you there? 323-777-5698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
To be on Freedom March. How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there are two things I want to speak to in regards to the taxi president.
Right.
They know it's election time coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I need him to go to Lovely Bay and open Barn House and do the headquarters from there. The next thing.
Yeah.
I went downtown to tourism the other day.
Uh-huh.
And they had a whole lot of people on Bay Street.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming off the ship. And those taxi drivers, they just look to see where the largest group is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they run down to the port, to the exit, and try to lure those persons to their taxi. Now, they know they ain't next in line,
Mm-hmm.
but they go and they do that. They carried on so badly last week, I wanted to take a broomstick and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They were rowing and cussing in the front of the tourists.
Yeah.
Well, when you doing that, if I'm a tourist in some country, I don't want to ride with you.
Correct.
There is no order.
Correct. But they won't block up the airport.
And they need to be whipped in order.
But they won't block up the
Now,
airport,
the next
caller.
thing I would like them to do, when they go downtown and they see, when tourism see how badly they are carrying on in the front of the tourists,
Mm-hmm.
scratch their name from wherever it is on the book and put it to the back of the line.
Yeah.
And do it for every time.
Yeah.
That ought to teach them how to control themselves in the front of tourists. Man, I was so embarrassed.
Yeah. No, I agree. But they won't protest in the front of the airport, apparently.
But them, that 58 March finished, they can't make no move. That was not just a political move. In 58,
Yeah.
that was for black men
Yes.
to be able to survive. That was
Correct.
a survival march.
Correct.
And these jokers who try to repeat 58, it ain't working.
No, I agree with you.
So they need to stop that.
And
If
they
they
better
would
thank
do their
Jesus.
political march, tell Fergie, the president, go back home.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing,
Open,
caller. I'll tell you one
and
thing.
out.
I'll tell you one thing, caller. They better thank the mahogany god that I ain't the commissioner of police.
I ain't about policing. I am a concerned Bahamian
No.
who is angry with the whole group of them.
Me and you alike. But for them to be threatening, think about this. 2020, the Bahamas was closed. 2021, the Bahamas was closed. 2022, our tourist numbers was, I think, 60% beneath the average. 2023, our numbers were somewhere around 20% below the average. 2024, I think we had an uptick of, what was it supposed to be, 17 million tourists or something like that. So there was about a 20 or 30% increase, but those were just cruise ship passengers predominantly, right? The goose that has laid a golden egg finally laying eggs again. And you trying to frustrate the goose?
Other taxi drivers and whoever who got thinking skills, they need to be against them with all that foolishness. Because where we are now and what's happening in the world, ain't no guarantee in the next 10 years we can have what we have going on now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So they need to catch themselves, and those who realize what the time is ought not to agree with these fellas to stop them from making a dollar.
Well,
they must
whichever
be wrong in it.
Whichever day
Taxi
they
drivers out of
plan,
order, and they need to control themselves.
whichever day they
Get
plan
in
they
order.
strike, I plan in mine. Because they have strike, and I going to strike against them. I promise you that.
Yeah, well, ain't nobody need to be caught up in that. The police, she in charge.
No,
and
I
she
can
know
strike.
what
I
to
can
do with
strike. I'm a
them.
citizen. If they plan a strike, I going to plan mine too. And I come in to protest their protest.
Levan,
Hey.
you are a military man.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, you hang with what you doing right there. You speak from right there. You don't need to be involved in that.
All right. I can take your advice. You
From the
sound
show.
safe.
All right,
And
thank
encourage people who got good sense who making a dollar
Yeah.
to continue to make ways to get that.
I
Don't
appreciate
be caught
that.
up in these political fellas.
I appreciate
There's
that
a
advice.
reason I tell that man Fergie to go home and open Van out. If they could find it since Doreen.
Yeah.
Because Van was one of them big fellas.
Okay.
Well, tell him go open Daddy House, and since they won't campaign,
Yeah.
go there and open up his headquarters. Ain't
Campaign
nothing wrong
for
with that. He's for him, and he could open it.
All right, thank you so much, caller. We
Thank you,
appreciate
caller.
you.
Oh.
All right.
323-7775. The woman said we mustn't protest spiritual advice. I won't protest. I won't march in the street. And if they block up the airport, I have a perfect thing I want to march for. But she say, no, we got show, we ain't got to march. Let's see. Let's see how I feel about it. Hello,
And
caller.
then-
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
You still got me hanging on. I want to tell Mr. Miller one thing.
You this Mr. Miller, my dear?
Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Miller. I'm a retired taxi driver.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been on the road from 1981.
Bless the
That's
Lord.
my own plated thing. Let me tell you why we don't pick up natives. Why we refuse to pick up natives. Because when you give them the... No, listen to me. Listen to me now. Listen to me. I could be a Roma. Listen to me. When you charge them the fee, they don't want to pay you.
Okay.
Then they want to carry you all the back in Montel Heights, and then they rob you.
Wow.
I've been there, gun in my face, rob, and that's why the taxi driver don't carry it.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that, yeah.
I'm a retired woman now. I'm 72.
But all the natives ain't like that, though.
No, only like that, but what the old people say, one person spoil it. One bad apple spoil the whole bunch.
The innocent suffering for the guilty?
You from the old school. You
Yeah.
know from the old school, right?
Yeah, my Grammy raised me.
One bad apple spoil the whole
Yeah.
bunch.
So the innocent suffers for the guilty.
But caller,
Right?
but caller,
okay,
can I...
the innocent suffer from the guilty.
Caller,
right. That's why we don't carry them.
Caller,
They
I wanna
won't
ask
carry
you.
the back of Monte Life. They won't carry the back of Old Trail Michael Road and then pull gun on you and take the little change which you made that day from you.
Caller, I want to ask you a question.
And I was a woman, and I used to go there 2-3 o'clock in the morning, coming out life at tea 1 and 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Then people can pay me my money. That's why I can carry them.
Yeah. But caller, don't you think
The
we
two
have
things won't pay me, and I tell them $20 or $25 to go from. Huh?
Caller, you don't think we have a far more sophisticated society now, though?
Guess what? If I wasn't retired, they want me back on the street because I'll lock up all of them.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Don't knock them. Thank you.
Trust me. The attitude stinks. The blame our people stinks.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay you. They don't want to do this. They want you to pick them up there. They don't want you to drop them off there, but they don't want to pay you.
Wow.
When you tell them your price, they got the little gangster friends. What you just call them? Pookie them?
Pookie them.
Pookie them waiting in the back of the bush to
Oh,
rob your
Lord.
ass.
And Pookie them wouldn't do the right thing.
Excuse my language, please.
Oh, sorry. Did you?
All right, caller.
Pookie them waiting to rob you.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why the taxi. And guess what? Yes, delivery time. They ain't supposed to be to that airport. They supposed to be there if they got a reserve
Yeah.
or a prepaid.
Yeah.
Pick up. The taxi drivers got all the rights and they can block it. I guess when I retire, I can't walk too well, but I'll go there and never block it up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
All right.
I can tell you that.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank
Okay,
you,
Mama.
Thank you, Mama. Mama only called Obi. She didn't do nothing else. We could live with that.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hey.
Mr. Miller, how are you today?
I good.
I'm Mr. Roll.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Two things I have to say, Mr. Miller, directly at you. Have you ever driven behind a jitney to keep an appointment?
Yes, ma'am. I drive behind jitneys every day.
And they will cause you to be late because they stop and they park in the middle of the road, and they will cause you to be late for it. They don't know nothing. No bus stop. The minute they see anybody, they drive slow looking for passenger. The jitney is totally out of order.
Wow.
I can't support the jitney and their talk about route and stuff.
Wow.
Because drive behind a jitney. Come from out East Street and head out by Bay Street behind a jitney.
Yeah. Well, do you know that former senior engineer in the Ministry of Works, Mr. Francis Clark, is cited in the news. I'm going to pull this up for you. Is cited in the news as saying that the public buses are designed to stop in the road. Do you know that a senior
in the middle of the road?
Yeah, a former senior
and you can't go around them because traffic. You can't go. You go around them, you get killed. So you have to trail behind them until you reach your appointment late.
Do you remember when the government started the implementation of sidewalks? I think it was on the Carmichael Road strip. And the bus drivers complained that they did this stuff without any consideration for where buses would stop. You could go check the news source.
No, but if you go on Carmichael Road, they have a curve in where the jitney could go.
I can tell you where they all are.
In the middle of the road.
One by Corner Motel, one in the front of Bamboo Shack. Where ain't no other one there. One down by Bacardi Road Park,
and the next one by them right to park in the middle of the road.
But I'm trying to tell you right now, senior engineer former in the Ministry of Works, Mr. Francis Clark, was quoted in the news as saying that is the way they designed the system. And he also referenced that if you go to Miami, it works the same way. Buses stop in the road, but Miami has 3 and 4 lanes.
Different lanes, yeah.
So I'm saying we have to decide as a country whether Mr. Francis Clark was telling the truth or whether or not he was just saving himself because they wanted to put sidewalks in. Either way...
And that big monster sidewalk.
Yeah, but either way, we got to figure out what works for the culture.
Okay, number two. Number 2, you ever try? I don't live Montel Heights. I live in a real good area. And you ever try to ask, you come from away, try to ask a taxi driver to take you home?
You stand a better chance of the chariots of fire coming for you.
I don't have that problem.
When you go and ask them, they looking over at the tourists, white tourists coming in.
Yeah.
So then you can't get a taxi to the airport.
I can tell you that.
A local home.
I can tell you that.
I've never had a problem though. Whenever I come from away, there's always a taxi.
I had problem with them.
Okay.
My ride didn't come with them, and I couldn't get one. And the taxi was from here to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That's strange.
What you mean? They don't want Negro money? What's so strange about it?
I've never had the problem.
Yeah, you will get taxi. No, I'm on we on this and we on that. They ain't gonna take you. They don't cater to locals.
Yeah, you stand a better chance of lightning striking you than to catching a taxi from that airport as a Negro.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right,
take care.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Appreciate you. 323-7775, 698-0775. I hear BTVI is getting new campus spiritual advisor.
D-Ron, don't go over there, man.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hi, good.
Yeah, you going apple, orange, and sour. Let's stick to what we did a bit.
You just want to these taxi driver.
Now, exactly. Now, you see why I call myself Grammy Boy?
Hey.
Nana Boy? 2 callers ago was Nana.
Yeah.
And one thing Nana ain't gonna never do, Nana ain't gonna lie.
No.
Now, let's look at this thing objectively, spiritual. I have caught taxis from the airport to out east and stuff on several occasions back in the day. I didn't have too much of a problem with it, except that they was a little pricey. I used to catch taxis off the father to my girlfriend to the Grove back in the day, I didn't have too much a problem until these younger people, like Nana said, started robbing and swinging and running out the taxi cab through the shortcut. So in a way, I cannot blame them in a way. And then you put that voices making Yankee dollar, them colored dollars, but we don't stand a chance in cold hell over the hill with what we be doing.
You don't think our society is more sophisticated than it was then, though, Grammy Boy?
Yeah, we get more than 100 miners a year.
Yeah, but
you won't be one of them?
But we also have more professionals than we've ever had.
But you won't take the chance to be one of them 120 miners? Not me.
But that's spooky them looking for blacks them. Dang.
Yeah, but I don't want me spooky. See, you ain't understand what I say.
Yeah.
I don't even want me there. So I ain't going into that.
All right.
Now, second of all, the next question is for Mr. Miller.
Hey.
What is the protocol at the airport for taxis and livery?
Call up.
Well, what's the protocol?
The protocol is the taxis operate what is called a call-up system, as far as I'm advised.
Exactly.
And the liveries, really and truly, should only show up there if they have scheduled shuttle service.
Exactly, Donna, just say that. So what I'm trying to say, if I understand the complaint, the taxi drivers have a complaint that the livery drivers are showing up at the door.
Yeah, well, actually they show up in the little, if you go to the airport, what you will find is they show up in the little stand area, right? But this is capitalism. This is capitalism. And if Hugh Honky Dory come out the airport, right? And Hugh Honky Dory decide, man, that Jeep look good. Man, I won't go in that. Who should tell him no?
Yeah, but then, Liban, you can't be saying delivery drivers should have a prearranged or something like that, and then come back saying what you're saying.
But
what they need to do
is should have prearranged
the system. If a tourist come out and they want a special type of vehicle, you tell the bell captain there, and he will get on the phone and call the delivery driver.
Right, but who was to say the delivery driver can't park here? This is a public transportation parking area.
Listen, I am sure, Levi, I am sure the delivery drivers don't be on the taxi line. And they ain't supposed to be in this solicited business. That's the problem. And the government won't fix it. And spiritual advisor said something to you a while back. Who the hell gained out all these taxi plates?
Allegedly, when this new administration
1,700?
Allegedly.
Who's giving them out?
That caused the problem.
That's what caused the problem.
Yeah, that caused the problem, man. It's too saturated.
Let's look at it for what it is. And then we can fix over the hill, Levi.
Yeah, but I mean, do you know the amount of payment professionals I know who would happily take ground transportation if they had the opportunity? Who would happily take a taxi if they had the opportunity? As we see more of these high-rise buildings popping up in the downtown area and etc., young professionals need access to transportation because they won't be able to have cars downtown. I feel like taxis have all of this. We gotta go to the break, GNN.
Thank you, Ghetto News
All
Network.
right, don't move, you hear the jingle. That means we're going to the break, but we'll be back right after this. This is Freedom March, and I'm leaving now. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. I'm Leland Miller. You're listening to us on channel 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224, channel 112, and of course on ILTV studios. But wherever you're choosing to listen, thank you so much for listening to us. We have Tanya on the line. Hello, Tanya. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller, and good afternoon, spiritual advisor. It's your girl Tanya coming to you live from Shop Smart Department Store. Your miracle right here at number 122 Mackey Street, where we stay right here for you for whatever season of your life and for everyday living. And we are in the season of back to school. Yes, all of the smart shoppers are coming into Shop Smart to take advantage of not only our 20% off everything back to school, but they are in here taking advantage of our back to school sweepstake. If you are a smart shopper, all you need to do is come on into Shop Smart and spend a minimum of $25 on back to school items, and you'll be eligible for one of our sweepstake drawing. We do drawings every Saturday in the month of August. We have 4 fabulous prizes. The first prize, second prize, third prize, fourth prize, all valued at $500 each. You can get yourself a $500 BPL voucher. You can win $500 grocery at your food store. You can win $500 gas in your car. Or you can win a $500 shopping spree in Shop Smart. A minimum purchase of only $25 of anything back to school at Shop Smart. Shop Smart, we've also got all of the spray ground backpacks that you need. Come on in, we've got you covered. And with the purchase of a spray ground backpack, you can get yourself 10 free books and 10 free folders. Come on in. Shop Smart is located right here at number 122 Mackey Street, and we're open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience. Or you can visit us on our website at shopsmart242.com.
And of course, remember, as always, to shop early, to shop often, and to shop smart. Take me to the clip about BTVI, because I want to talk about that as well before we go today. I'll tell you why. I love some of the things that I see the Prime Minister is doing. I get it, BTVI has long outgrown its boundaries. But Mr. Prime Minister, sir, help me. Or hear me, rather. As Atlanta did with its airport, right? And they turned it into an aerotropolis. As places like Missouri have done with Fort Leonard Wood or Missouri State University, and they've turned it into campus cities. We have to realize that living in an archipelago, there's only so much things Gladstone Road can handle. I don't imagine you all are going to put it anywhere other than Gladstone Road, and it is already treacherous trying to get down Gladstone Road on any given morning. So, build some dormitories, do that for 2 years. That'll boom construction. And then build BTVI somewhere in Abaco, right? And then that way you could build some population around it between Marsh Harbor and Sandy Point. And that way, we ain't have to worry about people keep killing themselves on that road because it ain't nothing to see. And you would have traffic in the area. You would have to do some road improvements in the area. You would have people moving up and down in the area. They would be college students. Children would be able to move from other parts of the Caribbean and go to our vocation school. We'd be able to attach a fee to it, accredit it, etc., etc., etc. I love the what of the PLP, but I'm not always in love with the how of the PLP. And I really want you all to wake on that because I'm an FNA. And if you could convince an old FNA like me, then who knows who else you'll be able to convince. But if all we are doing is doing things, then we are simply not doing enough. Let's go to the clip. The Prime Minister is promising that he, in his wisdom as Prime Minister, has allocated and granted land for use at BTVI.
During his site tour of Fort Fincastle earlier today, Prime Minister Philip Davis says a new campus is on the way for the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. It's an effort aimed at boosting trade, education, and preparing more Bahamians for skilled careers. While he did not give a timeline for completion, the Prime Minister says the expansion is a part of his administration's ongoing mission to make Bahamians more employable and more competitive in a growing economy.
Today, we are here on this site, not just to highlight this project, but to highlight a principle. And when our country grows, our people must grow with it. This is a government that believes in the dignity of work. We believe that success should not be inherited by the few, but earned by the many. That is why I am proud to announce today that the government has granted land for a new BTVI campus. This decision is about equipping Bahamians with the skills they need to succeed right now in industries that are booming. From electricians and air conditioning technicians to welders and masons, we are seeing rising demand across the archipelago and in these trades. And we will not allow that demand to be met elsewhere while our people are overlooked.
Well, Davis is emphasizing the importance of trade skills in today's economy and says the new BTV.
We also would need to add shipbuilding skills so that we could replace the Filipinos and the Hondurans at the Freeport shipyard, because that is a gaping hole of skill. But the point I make is while we can continue to have a center for continued education, so we could leave this Wolf Road campus or wherever this is, Soldier Road campus, as the BTVI Center for Continued Education, and you could have your working class professionals who have to get off in the nighttime, go to that. We could actually create the BTVI Innovators Campus, right? Or futuristic industrious campus, where you have people that you know can't pass no BGCSE. You know them people who only have a birth certificate and a health certificate, and at this point in their life, the only other certificate they could qualify for is a death certificate. You know them kind of people? And you send them Abaco. And you let them live among the Abaconians. Because there's land there. And who knows, they can explore things there. And you might even be able to add some dive science because you have such wonderful access to the water. And so, Prime Minister, I want us to bake the whole cake. It makes no sense to leave the cake soft in the middle. You agree with that?
Okay.
All right. Let's take more calls. 323-7775-698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Did I say hello to my friends at the Kingsman Collection yet?
Not yet.
Ivan Miller.
Hey.
Spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon.
Mal Ivan, you throw me away. Of course, I been on before the commercial come on, then time to come, but that's your show. I wanted to comment on the taxi drivers.
Sure.
Okay? I remember they had some Mercedes taxis, 35111. My uncle used to drive one of them. And those taxi drivers, they were mostly old men. And they go anywhere in Nassau.
Yeah.
They carry you anywhere. People say the taxi drivers don't want to go in Monte Heights and be in town. But then when the people catch the Uber car, and the Uber is scared them there.
Yeah.
But they want to complain about the Uber taking their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, the taxi, if I were to drive a taxi, Divan, spiritual advisor, anybody come from anywhere in the world and ride with me, every time they come to the Bahamas, the first person they look for is me.
Yeah.
I ain't coming on my taxi dragging no old slippers with no old jeans pants, no belt on, no shirt out, never.
Yeah.
Then you see
and
me.
here's the deal. If you have areas that are dangerous, you could have hubs, You could have a taxi hub. So when I lived in Fort Leonard Wood, right, there were some places, not because they were dangerous, but just because they were cumbersome. You had to actually walk to an area the taxi would pick you up from. It was about a minute and a half from where your house was.
Yeah, like a bus stop, like a taxi stop.
Yeah, like a taxi stand, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd go there and there'd be taxis lined off. Now you will ride share, so it might be you and an Egyptian and, everybody smell like cigarettes and spilled liquor. But hey, The taxi costs $1, and it'll take you anywhere on this campus you'd like to go. If you want to go off of the campus, it'll take you for $5. What I'm saying is, taxis have to cost $35 because you all continue catering to this little niche market. So when this fella come off this line, he can't come off for less than $35.
But let me say this in closing, Spiritual Advisor. I mean, Devon, I can continue listening to you. Let me just say this. If I was driving a taxi, you think I'd leave home 5 o'clock in the morning, waste gas to go down to the airport in hopes of getting a job?
No.
The only way I go to the airport if I can, somebody down there to the airport, and I wait for a job to come back.
Yeah.
I ain't going putting in $15 gas to go up there to hope to make $40 to come back.
And to go sleep in a van for 4 hours like that ain't
That
gonna make
makes
my back
sense.
ache.
But Spiritual Advisor, you know, I got to hear you before I go.
Yes, sir, you good?
You let that little bit of spry, cancel out everything last night, that's all.
What was canceled?
The thing up in Seabreeze, one little bit of spray and a piece of breeze.
Okay.
The torch out.
And you're happy with that, aren't you?
No, I was in the area. I wanted to hear what was happening. I tell you, I'm going around. I want to hear the difference. I can be convinced, you know.
You hear the difference?
Yeah, I want to hear what you have to offer. I can be convinced now. When you see the FNA, when you see we have our rally, Clifton
Listen to me.
Park, where we got it, leader.
Listen to me. We only could
Watch
afford to
out
have
of
it
it.
on Clifford Park. Nothing else could hold us.
Okay, but that's where we going.
Nothing else could hold us, my brother.
But that's it. We're ready. We're ready now.
Yeah, because we are the FNA.
And we don't play.
And we don't play.
Let me
That's
ask you a
right.
question, because I know you're challenged somewhat. What if I could convince you to see the difference? Would you believe?
Sir, I have common sense. I know right from wrong. I know left from right. So if you could convince me that what I'm doing now, where I'm going now, doesn't make any sense, I think it making sense.
Okay.
Try convince me.
It's up to you.
Try convince me, though.
Seeing is believing, my friend.
I said, try. I can't see. See, that's my problem. So I just got to believe by faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Gola.
Yeah.
Take care.
323-777-569-80775. I want the people them to go to Abaco. Hey, caller, turn your radio down. Listen to me on the phone. Cut your radio down. Cut your radio down. Caller, you there?
Couldn't hear you.
Nope, let's take another one. You gotta cut the radio down, because you wouldn't cause the show to feedback, and then the people could case me out. Hello, caller, welcome to Freedom March.
Are you there, caller?
323-7775. Yeah, you don't think that's a great idea to just put
Go
the
to
campus in
Abaco?
Abaco?
Then what about students in the Providence who need to go there?
What about the students in the Providence that need to go there?
Relocate.
You mean the same students who's go to Miami-Dade, who's go to Alabama, who's go to Tuskegee, you mean them same students who just go to Canada, and what are you asking me?
I'm gonna try the students here in the Providence though.
That makes sense. Say it slow. Say it slow. See how it sounds when you say it slow. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, welcome to Freedom March. Yeah, hang that one up too. He sound like Megatron. He sound like, I am a cyborg, you will be assimilated. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. 323.
Yeah, no more
All right, you say it to yourself slow yet? How it sound when you say it this time?
Okay, so let me ask a question. Where is this proposed site?
Abaco.
That's where they're putting it?
No, I know. You mean this?
Oh, you want the government to put it in Abaco?
I say put it in
well,
Abaco.
convince them to do it then.
No, I asked.
You need to tell them why you think it'll work in Abaco.
Because it'll stimulate the Abaconian economy.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, now you say that's slow.
It'll stimulate the Abaconian economy.
So we need to stimulate Abaco economy more than it is now.
Yes, you mean the same Abaco we're just recovering from Dorian?
Their economy is more vibrant than ours.
It ain't pre-Dorian.
Okay.
It ain't pre-Dorian.
Those people in Abaco, they'll tell you they're doing just fine.
But we ain't talking about the people in Abaco. We're talking about how do you create an economy that puts more economic activity on an island that is sparsely populated, right? You relieve a bit of the tension here in Nassau. You give people an opportunity to explore new avenues and new venues, and you continue to build an academy that is big enough to support the future wave of Bahamians that will come through it, and to attract foreign direct investment, because now, you might have a guy living in Canada who wants to send his son to do ship welding and don't want to send him all the way to to the UK, but he could
So
also
right in the
learn,
Bahamas.
he could also learn let scuba diving. Anyway, hello caller, welcome to Freedom March. Hey caller.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, Mr. Miller.
Hey.
How you in spiritual advisor doing?
Doing well, thank you.
You know what your topic is even talking about that thing that the TUC planned with the taxi union, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they could call the taxi union now. I don't know if they could call it a union.
Well, they just get a new president, eh?
I drove taxi for 31 years, and I know when the union was something to be reckoned with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then you had presidents like Pat Gomez and also Nixon and Mr. Tucker and all of them kind of people. The taxi union was something. We had our own gas station. You had your own garage in the back to fix cars. You had rental units. You had roof on the building. I was a member of the union and I had to drop it because it's a disgrace to pass and see that building now.
Yeah.
And
yeah, a lot of people complain about that.
Nobody have an interest in fixing it. I always say when I pass there, if I was to become president of the taxi union,
what you would do to improve it?
within 3 months, if I have to put that roof on myself, with no help, I'll put it on.
So you're saying there's a little pian union is what you're saying?
Nobody and they won't be talking. I know that tours and livery people always give taxi wake to the airport.
Of course, I know that to be a fact.
The taxi give no tour, livery, no wake.
I know that to be a fact. I know.
When they go to the airport, they sit down, play checker, play domino and stuff like that. Instead of they discuss ways that they can better their profession.
Yeah.
All they sit down and do craziness, while a lot of people thinking of how they could promote their business and stuff like that and bring tourists to the country.
Yeah.
And now they want to fight over the situation, man. No.
The fella say he won't block up the airport.
Who are encouraging them to do this?
The fella say he won't block up the
I think we should put them in a room with no air condition, no light, no food, no water for a couple of days. And let them consider how, I don't know if it's stupid, but I don't use that word. But I know when God made this world, among other things he made some asses too.
Yeah.
And I believe some of them will always be with us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And the fella say he won't block up the airport. Turn on your radio caller. The fella say he won't block up the airport, spiritual. That makes sense?
It's retarded.
You block the airport up. I telling you, I coming down there to protest. I could be right out there hot up in the heat. Me and you could be out there sweating for doing foolishness. Hello, caller, welcome to Freedom March. I never hear such scatterbrain nonsense in my life. Block up the airport. That makes sense?
No.
323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Let me take this opportunity to send a shout out to my friends at the Kingsman Collection. Even if you are Humpty Dumpty, the King's horses and the King's man in that story couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together. But I telling you, Nolan them over there by Kingsman Collection, they could even put Humpty Dumpty together, my friend. So go there, tell them I sent you, and see if they can make you look the way they make me look. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. No?
Shine up like a penny.
Yeah. Turn your radio down.
Mr. Miller.
Hey. Turn your radio down for me.
I can speak to Mr. Miller.
He present and accounted for. Leland Miller, live and direct. How can I be of assistance?
Mr. Miller, let me tell you something. I don't know what that man talking about because he ain't been to that airport. At them convenient place, we have air conditioning, you get food, you get coffee, you get everything. You sit there and comfortable. I don't know what airport he been. He ain't been to Linden Finley Airport. That's for sure.
Wow. I think he was talking about the taxi union building on Thompson Boulevard, on Nassau Street.
I am, like I tell you, this is me again. I'm a retired taxi driver, and I've been there for more than 40-something years. I work hard. We go out 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning because you got your mortgage to pay, you got school fee to pay, you got to buy food, you got to pay rent, who renting and everything. So you go there trying to get when you go to the airport because people coming in early in the morning. That's a short job to Atlantis or wherever to go in. That's why you go there. If you're close to the airport, you go there. If If you're close to Paradise Island, you go Paradise Island. Wherever if you're close to Cable Beach, that's where your workplace is.
Yeah.
So tell him stop talking food where your workplace is. That's where you go to start your work from.
get that
when
money.
you leave at your 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because you got your bills to pay.
Wow.
Huh?
Well, I get it.
I hear you.
Man, on the police won't lock me up because I go to my bed too. You come out 10, 11, 12 o'clock just yawning and stretching and want jump on the line, but you got to pick up and you can't tell me you pick it up. You want me to break your head? Or come to you?
Don't break their head. You sound like a Baytown woman. Don't break their head.
Yeah, I used to be a woman. I live in Baytown. I never got to the street north.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you right around the corner, but my cousin Jillian, Ali and them. They in Rupert Dean Lane. You know them?
You come into, you got pick up and you can't tell me you forget about it and been out there from 2 o'clock in the morning. My number on the board. I waiting for my number to call to go get one job. You just come out your bed, stretching, sleep all night, do wherever you been, and what have you, and you want to pick up my job?
Yeah.
You crazy?
You must be crazy.
Break your head.
You're crazy or your head ain't good?
Their head ain't look like it good. I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to see Poogie and me, eh?
No.
But they say Baytown woman catch a fire.
Even the devil is run.
You want to see the devil running?
I don't want you to get shortness of breath behind these boys now. You hear me?
Huh?
I don't want you to catch up a shortness of breath behind these young boys.
No. At 72, I lay down my bed listening to you.
All right.
And relaxing.
So saying now, when you go there, I want you to make sure you keep your...
spiritual advisor. The next time I come in Central Food, I can lick him in the ball head.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
You ain't safe. You ain't
I don't want to go there with
at
these
72?
young boys and catch shortness of breath.
It's time to find Jesus, man, at 72.
Jesus ain't lost. What you mean finding?
Wow. Well, you know what I mean.
323-777-569. Put up the clip with Francis Clark. We got a call. We can take the call. Put the clip up though. So not the clip. The story with Francis Clark, just so people could see it, and then take me to the phone line. Senior engineer at the Ministry of Works, Francis Clark, on Tuesday responded to these concerns, stating that the issue is a logistical one. It is not uncommon around the world for bus drivers to stop in the travel lane and pick up passengers. So, because we are restricted due to land space, we have to use lay-bys, an area at the side of the road where vehicles may pull off the side of the road in various locations. Meanwhile, jitney operators said they just want the problem solved, as roads such as Bahama Boulevard appropriately accommodate public transportation, yet there are no buses that take that route. There's more story. It's on Eyewitness News page. You could go look for it. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you there. Let's take another one. 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
No call us.
All right. Yeah.
We're almost at the end of the show anyhow.
So you see, I ain't lying. You see, I ain't lying on Francis Clark. Francis is, what they call him? Show me his title again. Senior engineer. You know what that means? Ain't much people over him. You agree with that?
Yeah, he's a pretty brilliant young man.
Okay, and what he say about the bus there?
I mean, it is what it is. We don't have the land space.
Oh boy, nah. We
don't have
Francis.
we don't have the land space. That's a part of what he said.
Let's take the call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. I don't know how you get a Bible scholar because you don't believe nothing I show you to read. So
listen, Francis Clark is my neighbor, so I just don't want to comment on that. All right?
Oh boy. So you conflicted.
It ain't that. He said what he said.
Francis Clark is my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, but I could say what Francis say.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I good.
Good. Listen, I listen all day and hear y'all rapping on taxi drivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you should do with water and all that and spray water and all that.
I say spray water. I say I was going to park 2 fire truck out there.
Yeah, but let me say something right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you talk a lot. Let me say something. Do you realize how many foreigners in this business that the government pushed? It was not supposed to be for foreigners who are treating the people any kind of who you hear arguing and carrying on. Y'all ain't find out if they're Bahamians or not. You know what I mean? Foreigners in this business who should not be in this business, and then the government overpower this business by putting people in at the age of 20. At the age of 25, you should be in this business. Okay? And then I heard y'all talk about you don't want to give service to the Bahamian people. When you carry the Bahamian people out, they don't, when you reach the stop, oh, I only got this stuff. What you think? You can take a chance with taking a tourist, or you can take a chance with taking with people?
Why
Who
do
gonna pay you?
taxis have to cost what they cost? When I lived, hold on, give me 1 second. When I lived in Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood is about the same size as New Providence. And I could take a taxi almost anywhere in Fort Leonard Wood for about, I think, $2 or $3. If I wanted to come outside of the boundary line, it was like $5 or $7. Why does a taxi need to cost $40? He gone it.
Put us with them because for one thing, the minimum wage over there they making $400 or $500 a week. So when you put that with us, how could you decipher that that's not the right price?
I know, but anyhow, they gotta call me tomorrow. We on the show. Spiritual Life. We on the time. We'll see you again here tomorrow on Freedom March.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back.